Welcome to Craft School. We're here to do another handcrafted holidays video, and in this one I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how I like to wrap my gifts. First I'll show you a few tips on wrapping a basic gift, and then we'll talk about ribbons, and I'll show you how to tie a Tiffany style bow. And then we'll talk about different ways that you can dress your gift with toppers, and most of the toppers you see on the table are paper, but I'll show you some other things too. A great way to measure your gift wrap is to lay your gift inside the wrap, and then up the side you'll want to bring your paper about 2/3. You can measure exactly how wide that is, give that to the other side, and that's where you're going to cut it. So I'm going to do an invisible edge, and knowing I have just enough paper, I'll bring the first end just barely over the bottom of the box and give it some tape. I'll press the box into the paper and use my fingers to make the edge really sharp. I do that on all 4 sides. And then back to the bottom, the last seam, and then I'll just flip that right underneath. So this is a great place to use double-sided tape because everything is actually hidden, but if you want to, you can also use the regular Scotch tape. With the sides of the box, I like to start by pressing in the sides first. And again, you kind of give your fingers a little bit of run down the corner. And then you'll want to press the paper flat onto the table so you get a really nice triangle. I'll turn it over and then do the other side, bringing my flap in to match. Then I'll bring the bottom up first, and then the top down. And again, you can use a double-sided piece of tape on that, or you can use regular tape, but we're going to cover it up with a ribbon. So as you can see, when I turn this around, the seam is invisible. And with the ribbon wrapping around these 2 sides, this looks pretty professional, and you can do this too. So for me, every gift needs either a ribbon or a twine or something that binds it together. It's a very classic look. So I have here all kinds of ribbons, and we have velvet, you know, a really nice array of gold ribbon. Yeah, I always have a huge stash of that. And then my favorite is this silk ribbon, and I'm going to show you how to tie a bow with the silk. And then there's the twine, and this is a really fun thing to use, especially for kids' gifts, and it gives that old-fashioned, you know, tied up with twine look. To tie my Tiffany inspired bow, I'm going to use this silk ribbon, and one of the things I love about this ribbon is it has a really beautiful hang to it, and it's really natural, fibery looking, a little bit of crinkled, it's not completely smooth, and it always looks great in photographs. So I have a big stash of this. So to measure the ribbon, I'm going to use the box and go from one side top down to the other side 5 times. I'm going to leave about 9 inches for my ribbon and place that right in the center and wrap it all the way around the box. Now I'll make a corner here and wrap it the other way. Now I'm going to bring this ribbon up on top and then back under the other side and then pull it tight. I'm going to make a loop with my first ribbon and hold it between my 2 fingers like this. Now I'll fold it over and bring my second ribbon up over the top and then slide it back underneath between right on top of my finger. My finger is the guide, and then pull that through. And this was plenty of ribbon. I like to have a little bit of extra because I want to fold it in half like this. And then with the fold in the middle and cutting downward, that way you get these pretty little 2 points. And there you have a Tiffany style bow, which means that the ribbon wraps both way around the box, and on the bottom it's flat so that it sits nice and flat. I like to think of the gift wrap itself as an extra added gift. It's like the gift outside of the gift. So it's important to me that I decorate all my gifts with a little extra something. Now you can stop with a traditional bow and it looks absolutely beautiful, or a little twist on a bow is using a paper bow. I love to put paper flowers on my gifts, and this one you can find in our previous video in this series, the crepe paper poinsettia. Here's another poinsettia that has a little bit of a twist where it's hot pink and has some pin work done on it. And we've made some berries and holly leaves out of crepe paper on this one. And one of my favorites, I love this. This is a word made out of copper wire, so simple. Or you can take a DIY ornament that you've made and just add some little baker's twine on that and tie it on top of your gift. The thing that I love about all these gift toppers is after the gifts are unwrapped, they can save them and use them for something else. Now, you can find all of these ideas and tutorials on our site, as well as some of our other favorites that are made from felt or tissue paper or other types of paper. A bottled beverage is a common holiday gift this time of year, and here's a unique way to wrap it using crepe paper to make this gorgeous amaryllis on top. Now, as you can see, this is not just a bottle of wine, but you also have a little centerpiece, and once the cork is popped, you can place that right into the middle of your flower. Now I made a white one for my white wine, red for the red wine, and gold for champagne. You can get really creative with this, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make this in the next handcrafted holiday video.